Hello. Look, we still have a messy background. If you can't handle it, then come back later. I've got a couple more putting makeup away videos left to do, and then it's gonna be all beautiful. Now, if you haven't seen my TikTok, then you might not know, but I've had a little hair makeover. Went a little bit brighter blonde, like slightly cooler, slightly being the word. And then I also got some long layers so it's not so heavy down the bottom. It's still really long, but yeah, we just cut out so much hair, so much. Yeah, I really like it. Today I'm going to do a foundation first impression because I haven't done one in a little bit, and I have been buying a few. Before I grab it, I'm just going to moisturize my skin because I've had a shower but I haven't even moisturized my face yet. I'm just going to use this one. It's the first one I grabbed. It's Skin Proud Sorbet Skin. Germaphobes are going to come at me for doing this with the little lid bit. Now I do have fake tan on, so dropping everything. I'm hoping that I have a foundation to do it first. Like, I really want to do the MAC one today. We're going to do updates throughout this video. Just seeing how the foundation's wearing on my skin, how it's looking throughout the day. Drink some water. Dun, dun, dun. Listen to this and tell me it does not sound like my dream. Okay, first off though, you guys, I've been saying that I have been enjoying a lighter coverage lately in my old age. Joking. But this is the Strobe Dewy Skin Tint. Strobe? Love that word because it reminds me of strobe cream, and we all know I was a huge fan. I don't actually have any at the moment. It's like the first time in history of my channel, except for the very start when I couldn't afford strobe cream because, you know, MAC prices. I was a student. I could only afford cheap MAC off Trade Me. I would buy people's half-used MAC, and I'm pretty sure I got scammed and bought a lot of fake MAC. Let's not talk about it. Anyway, love strobe. Love that word. Love that word when it comes to MAC. Dewy Skin Tint. Dewy. Yes. Skin tint. Hopefully. I love a skin tint, but it's got to be a good one. Some skin tints suck. You get 1 fluid ounce, which is 30ml, which is standard. I got the shade medium 1. No idea what color I should have got. I guessed. Also, this was really expensive. I think I paid like $70 or something like that. Apply with fingertips onto clean skin. Layer where you'd like to build coverage around the face. We're not gonna do it. I'm sorry. I don't apply foundations with my fingers unless it's like I've got an Origins tinted moisturizer. I use my fingers. Do I do it? Do I use my fingers because it says to? I don't know. Oh man, I don't know. Maybe I should, otherwise people are gonna yell at me. This is how it looks. It looks so underwhelming for the price, man. I think I bought this off Mecca, by the way, and I think you can actually buy MAC off MAC Cosmetics website, the New Zealand one if you're in New Zealand, or whatever country you've got your own. But yeah, I think I got mine off Mecca, just so, you know, goes towards my beauty points. Should we prime half the face like normal? Probably. I'm just gonna go in with a Rare Beauty one because I really like this. Look, I'm almost out. I got the small size because I have so many primers, and I was like, you know, I don't really need the big one, but I really want the big one now. I love this. It's the Illuminating Primer. And you know what? I might just like add some brow gel before we get started as well. I have a brush ready as well, in case we want to use that instead of the fingers. I think I might try the fingers and I'm nervous. So how are you all going? How's life? We've decided on a daycare. We visited a few. All of them seemed really good. I had a few people, most people were like, yeah, go daycare. Okay, we're referring to one of my videos, I'll link it below, where I was just talking realistically about it all and I was asking for your experiences and everything, and most people were like, honestly, it's the best. I feel like it's going to be very valuable to Porter for socializing and just so that he, like, you know, is confident around other people when I'm not there. And it's going to be good for me to be able to actually focus and get work done without having guilt. And then, you know, when I'm hanging out with Porter, I'm not feeling guilty about not working. And then when I'm working, I'm not feeling not guilty about hanging out with Porter. Like, it's just a double-edged sword, you know? So just part-time. I think we'll start with 2 days, maybe 3. Just part-time type hours. So I'll still be hanging out with him majority of the week, but it'll just give me that little bit of time to kind of get my own stuff done. And so yeah, I think he's gonna start like next month, and here in New Zealand, or at least at the daycares I've been going to, we do like stay and play. So we basically go in and hang out for an hour or 2, take Porter in, just so that he can get familiar with his surroundings and meet the teachers and everything. So I'm actually looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to daycare sickness, but hey, they've got to build their immune system somehow. Porter's been sick one time. He had a cold one time. So I'm sure he's going to get hit hard by all the bugs. But it is what it is. I'm dreading it. A lot of people recommended, they were like, why don't you just get like a nanny to come in? We did consider it, but I've talked about this, you know, like right now I'm filming. I can still like, I just know he's near and I get distracted because I want to go hug him. Like even this morning I started filming later than I should have because I was like, oh, he's woken up from his nap. And he was like, yeah, I'll go get him up, go work. And I was like, I'll just get him up. And I like got him up and had a little play, and then I was like, oh, I'll just clean up the playroom quickly. And I put away all his toys and made it all nice for him so he could, you know, he loves pulling all the toys out. So, you know, having like him in the house, it's just not the best for me. And also for him, I think it's better for him to have somewhere else to go once again so he's confident going into different spaces, especially not without us. If he goes to like family members and stuff, you know, even then it's not very long. So worst case scenario, we just go back to how we were. But yeah, we're keen to try it. I'm hoping Porter likes it, and I'm well aware it's going to take a little while for him to adjust. So anyway, that's my little update on the daycare situation in case anyone was wondering. No one asked, but you know. And if you're one of those people that thinks I'm a shit mum because of that, then okay. I don't really care. To all the mums out there, you just gotta do you. You gotta do the best for you, for your family, for your circumstances. Let's give this a go on the primed side. So how much do I use? I don't know. Oh my god, I thought I wasn't filming. My heart just stopped. I hate using my fingers. That doesn't scream skin tint to me. A little bit goes a long way. When I think skin tint, I think of like almost like a serum-y kind of like really light coverage, very, wow, like watery almost, you know, like tint, a tint. This is like proper coverage, like light coverage, but you're paying for something that's actually like a product that's there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I feel like already I'm more impressed than I thought I would be. I'm using some on the other side now too, because yeah. Goes very far. I just don't like using my fingers. I'm going to go in with a brush. This colour should be okay for the fake tan, I think. And I mean, it's kind of letting my skin underneath show through a little bit, and I do have fake tan on my face, so I think it's going to match pretty well. The finish is hectic. It's so strobe-y. Even for me, I do think I would like to set this with powder. That's it. Okay, let's try it on the side that doesn't have an illuminating primer. To be honest, I like the brush more. Like, it's quicker. The texture of it feels, I don't know, it sets down well. Yeah, it's super shiny. Look at that. It looks better without the illuminating base at least, but it's so dewy. If you guys don't like dew, or like a shine or whatever illumination, don't even go here. I am team dewy because I love my skin just looking, I don't know, glowy. It looks healthy to me. But even for me, this is like borderline too much. I think this would be amazing mixed into other foundations, like a matte foundation, to just give it that really beautiful finish. I really want to try that. Oh my god. I feel like it would look so good mixed. But obviously the price point, it's an expensive foundation to just like buy just to mix, right? At the same time, like, it looks nice alone, and I think you could apply a very small amount just on like a no makeup day, just to even out your skin a little bit and give yourself that healthy glow, rather than, you know, I feel like when I wake up in the morning and I haven't got anything on, sometimes I'll just look a bit dull and tired. I do think it would help just to like brighten up the complexion a lot. And then you do have the option to mix it as well, like if you wanted to get more use out of it. But anyways, yeah, I think it gave me a tiny bit of coverage. Mostly it's the finish it gives me though. It really just glows everything up. Look at that. It's crazy. So the thing I do like about it is I assumed I would use way more product than that. I mean, you might be new to my channel, hey, and think, wow, that was a lot of product that you just put on. And yeah, it is, but I always use so much. And I was expecting to use double that amount because it had the word tint in it. I was like, I'm gonna have to use so much. Now, it did say you could build it up, right? So I try it. We'll just apply a little bit more to like where I've got a bit more redness. The way that the skin shines with this product on though, it kind of like disguises any uneven skin tone because you're kind of more focused on just the shine of the skin. Yeah, it does add coverage when you layer it up. Look at that. Hopefully you can see. So that's a good option if you do have extra redness anywhere. Okay, I'm going to try mixing it with, well, not mixing, but I'm going to try adding concealer and powder and everything. Normally I do this like off camera, but I'm going to do it with you on camera so you can kind of see how the skin transforms with those other products. And for my concealer, I'm going to use one of my current favorites. It's expensive also. You can get it from Farmers, I believe. It's the Clarins Everlasting Concealer, and this is light medium. And when I tell you, like, this Just looks so smooth under the eyes. It doesn't like crease like crazy or anything like that. Like it's so nice. It's one of the best concealers I've used in a long time. If any of you guys have seen it in my past videos and given it a try, I'd love to know what you think. I'm just using this paddle brush by xoBeauty, code Shaaanxo. Oh, it's so nice. So even just like brightening that up, like everything comes together, right? Never underestimate the power of a good concealer. I'm just going to apply that to my brow bone also. I am going to film another video today trying out some new makeup. So I just want this to look nice. That concealer lays down on top of that like a dream, and it looks like, look at the difference. Is that not crazy? I think that's such a big difference. My whole face just looks more lifted when I've like concealed. This is the first time I'm wearing makeup since getting my hair done too, so I'm really excited to see. Like, I don't know, I just feel like my hair, like when it's been freshly done, I always never know what to think of it because I don't like change sometimes. And then as soon as I like do my makeup and stuff like that, I'm like, oh yeah, nah, it's good. I used to be far less scared of change growing up, but I don't know if it's because of my job, like being on YouTube, or like, I don't know. But I just get really scared to like switch stuff up now. Back in high school, I'd literally cut a mullet into my hair in the girls' toilets. Okay, I'm just using whatever's left on my brush just to like run down my nose, like T-zone, just to give a little bit more coverage. There's like a mark here from a pimple or something. I'm just gonna leave it. You don't have to cover everything all the time. You know, little marks like that. Who really cares? Like, you still look so flawless. This isn't even full coverage and everything, but just some concealer and stuff. Like, I don't know, I wish I could go back in time and tell my teenage self that more isn't always more. Sometimes it is, sometimes more is great, but you don't need it all the time. You don't have to cover everything. It's okay if you have some marks, some pimples, some scarring. It's okay. It's skin. Everyone's got it. Everyone has imperfections, like literally everyone. It's just that everyone and their mum knows how to use Facetune these days. I'm gonna use some like light pink. This is the Baked Glow setting powder, light pink. Light pink. Just under the eyes to set the concealer into place, and I'm going to use my Ultrasoft Powder Puff by xoBeauty coming very soon. I'm so excited. You know, I've been working on these for how long now? Months. Was it before Porter was born maybe? I can't even remember. It's been a long time. We've just ordered one of our new collections also for xoBeauty. I'll give you guys a little heads up. It is being manufactured now. We've been working on that since I was pregnant, like early pregnant. So it's really excited to get that on the go. I still have another collection as well that we haven't even hit go on, but it's ready. Do you know what I mean? I just don't like to launch too much stuff at once. So look at that. You can obviously see that that really dulled down the hectic glow. Look down here and then look on the top. So it mattifies very, very easily. Kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it though? Because if you're going for something that's called Strobe Dewy skin tint, you want it to stay like that, keep that in mind. I'm going to take a very small amount of setting powder. This is mattifying also, and then we'll see how it wears throughout the day. We'll see if it gets like super glowy. Normally what I would do is apply this and then use a setting spray to soak up the excess powder and bring back that glow, but because this is a foundation first impression, I just want to see how it wears without setting spray. So I'm just going to use a very small amount of this powder and kind of buff it in. Look at that, you still keep some of that glow. Zooming you in, you can see the texture on my forehead. This, you know, skin tint, it's gonna show up texture a bit. This is just natural lighting we're using right now, by the way. I've got my blind down, so it's kind of like diffusing the light because it's really bright outside. But if you have a whole lot of texture that you don't want to emphasize, it might not be for you. Once again, I think a bit of skin texture is pretty. I feel like it looks a little bit cakey on the sides, like through here. Do you see? I think it looks a bit cakey. The finish still looks stunning. Okay, my skin's far from perfect at the moment, so these little bumps and things, you can see those without makeup on too. Definitely doesn't disguise them, obviously. In fact, it probably emphasizes them slightly because of the shine. And that's that side of my face with no primer. I think it's so much better without a primer, so much better. We'll let it like sit on my skin, marinate, you know, let my natural oils come through, let the powder settle and everything, and we'll see how it goes throughout the day. So I'll be back in a couple of hours. I'll show you once my makeup's finished and we'll just see. But yeah, I'm gonna go put on the rest of my makeup. Right now I'm thinking maybe it's something for people that just, yeah, literally just want glow, a little bit of coverage on a day-to-day basis, just to whip on when you've got like almost no other makeup on. chuck it on in the bathroom in the morning before work for full glam. I'm not sure, unless you mix it. It's 11 AM. It's a little bit later, I'm sorry. Like I said, I got distracted with my baby. But I will try to wear it as long as possible today. Hopefully we can get to like 10 o'clock or so at least. And yeah, I'll just show you how it wears. So see you in a bit. I'm back and I did some flash photos, so I'll overlay them so you can see for yourself what it looks like with the flash. And I feel like I don't have to say much right now because you can kind of see for yourself. Let me zoom in. This is my makeup look, by the way, so tune into my next video, or one of my next videos whenever it's up, to see how I did it if you want. I don't know, I kind of like put too much blush on at one point and like went over with my brush that I used for my foundation to soften it, and it's just a bit of a mess. Textures everywhere, and I love skin texture, being able to see skin texture. I love it. Whatever, don't care, but it's made it worse, not the same. You know, it doesn't look like my normal skin texture. It's like, hey, here's your skin texture, but let me make it crusty, which is not what I wanted. You know, we don't put this stuff on to look worse. So yeah, there's it close up. I got mascara everywhere. Please ignore that. My brows look like trash today. Please ignore that. Let's just focus on what we're focusing on today, okay? This side's not as bad, but this side of my face isn't as congested usually, so either way. I think the primer did make it a little bit worse, but I love that primer. It's obviously just not a match made in heaven with this foundation. So here's how we're looking. Like I said though, let's see how it wears. Let's see how it melts in over time. It's 12:30, so it's only been an hour and a half or so. And yeah, on the forehead it doesn't look too bad. I'm not blown away. I really do want to try this mixed with like a full coverage matte looking foundation, just to see how it wears with that, because I think that would be a very like pretty finish. We'll have to try it. I might even add it into this video. Let's just see how we go. I don't know. This whole area around my lip and no. There's so many things I need to look at. Oh, what's on my eyebrow? Hamish is just at work doing some stuff at xoBeauty, and so we've just been hanging out. But I thought it was time that I came in here. It's lipstick. I thought it was time to pop in and just give you a quick update on how the foundation's looking. Yeah, it's definitely looking better now, 100%. Now that like my natural oils are probably coming through a little bit and it's had some time to settle in. Wow, there's so many things to play with. Don't put that in your mouth. Yuck. It's 3 PM, so what's that, 4 hours? Did I start 11? I think so. You can still see my congestion everywhere. It's not going to disappear. Like, I do have some of that anyway. But you know, it was just looking enhanced, which isn't really what we like with makeup. You can see around my lip where I added more and I said it went like real bad. Like, it's not looking as bad now. It's still not like ideal. He's literally just like picking up all my makeup and throwing it on the ground right now. I think on my forehead it looks decent. It's not a favorite. Let's just go there. It's not a favorite. I honestly feel like it's gonna look so good mixed together. I really want to watch some reviews of other people trying this foundation now to see what they think. And I honestly feel like if I didn't use that setting powder under my eyes, I feel like the texture over my pores would be terrible too. But that powder I use is really good to like smooth, but it mattifies, so it just defeats the purpose of having this makeup product in the first place. He's just put that in his mouth. Say bye boy. Just poured it down for the night. It's 6:33. What's that, like 7.5 hours? I can't even remember what time I started this at. I think that might be right. And I mean, it's a good test because Porter has been like grabbing my face all day. And I actually feel like for the most part you can't really see like where, you know, it's faded or anything like that. I guess because it is a little bit lighter, but you can see like my redness is kind of popping through. I feel like it always fades there first. I don't know what it is, but he's been grabbing like my nose, my chin, my lips, and it looks pretty good on those areas, so that's good. And like I said, yeah, look, he's scratched that part off. Can you see that? Like there's like a line there from where he's like scratched it. So far, I'm not loving it at all. I feel like it's one of those products though, if I can't mix it, like it's gonna be one of those products that's very circumstantial, like circumstantial. I don't really know how I'm supposed to pronounce that word as a New Zealander. I don't know. I'm just very confused. I'm not in love. I'm not overwhelmed. Like I can see how it looks pretty when it's not set, when it's not with like a dewy primer, like it looked pretty, but also like, don't know. What are your thoughts? Okay guys, major fail because I don't even have any of my lighting set up and obviously it's dark right now. It's almost 11 PM. Really? Oh, that's bright. Completely come off down here. Maybe my hand's been here. I don't know. My nose has started rubbing off. The only place that looks okay is my forehead, and even then it's not like spectacular. We're gonna have to try this tomorrow again mixed with foundation. Pray that it looks good that way, because right now I'm really sad because I love MAC. Like, I don't know, I'm a millennial, okay? Like, MAC is still so cool to me. But I don't know. Usually I have quite good luck with MAC based products. Is it just me? It's been a couple of days. We're back. We're going to try mixing this foundation because I'm just not satisfied with how this video has gone. I want to give you guys some more information. I mean, obviously so far it's kind of a flop, which I'm sad about. So I really was excited about this. And I still haven't watched anyone else's video reviews on this product because, you know, I just want to give my own opinion. This here is actually the colour too, by the way. Like, it's the actual product. It's a clear panel. At first second I thought it was like painted. So I'm thinking of taking this with perhaps like, you know, something that's a little bit more matte and full coverage, and just let's mix it and see what comes out of it. Personally, I probably wouldn't buy a foundation just to mix it. I want something that I can wear alone. But you know, who knows? The results might be 10 out of 10. So this time I'm just going to prime my skin with something that's not glowy. Just like a normal like hydrating, whoops, kind of product. So this here is the supercharged, it's a dewy primer, but you know, it's not got shimmer or anything in it. It's literally just a moisturizer kind of consistency. I love the way this one smells. It smells so fresh. Oh, that feels good. I'm very tired today. Today's Monday, and Mondays just hit different in a not so positive way sometimes. I don't know. Mondays are like my organizing days of like trying to figure out what I'm doing for the rest of the week. They're chill but not chill, if that makes any sense at all. I'm going to mix some of the MAC product, just like maybe that much, I don't know, a pump of this Huda Beauty foundation. This is in the shade Macaroon 230N. It's the Faux Filter Luminous Matte, which I do like on its own, but you know, it's a little bit more of like a full coverage. So let's see what happens when we mix something super glowy and dewy and something a little bit more matte and full coverage together. I mean, I hate to say it, but it does look really good. I feel like foundations always look worse on the side, so we're gonna get a good before and after. My skin is just not it right now. I have not been prioritizing my skincare at night time. I go through phases ever since being a mum. Like, lately it's just been survival again, and I'm just, I don't know, I don't prioritize my skincare. When I go to bed, I'm just like, whatever, just wash my face quickly, shove on some moisturizer or something and go to bed, which I know heaps of people do and it works for them. But you know, if I really want nice skin, I need to be doing like my chemical exfoliants, face masks, and like the whole shebang. And I just haven't been doing that because I don't know, exhausted. Oh, far out, that almost went on my top. That would have it did. I love this top too. I don't think I have any t-shirts left now without stains on them. I hate when the pump does this and you get that big old chunk of old dried out foundation rank. Anyway, the other way you could use this MAC product, if it doesn't work for you and you've already bought it and you can't return it, you could always use it as like a primer. It's so glowy, you know, you could put anything on top of it and it would look really nice, I would assume. It doesn't look as bad on skin texture this way. It's definitely quite glowy. Let me zoom you out. Like, it looks very pretty, but I don't know, I'm kind of just underwhelmed. No, yeah, it is really pretty like this. I'm looking at it more and more, and as it kind of sets in, settles down, I really do like the way that looks. I guess I'll just use it like this. If this was a product that was $30, then I'd be like, hell yeah, it's worth it just to do this with it. But it's just so expensive, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know how I could justify recommending it to people when the price point is very high for something that, in my opinion, just doesn't look good on its own. But that's just me. If you have super dry skin or like dull skin, it might look amazing. Like, I don't really know. For me, it was just a lot of texture. It really brought out everything. When I set it with powder, it just looked a bit odd. Like, I don't know. This is just one of those like first impressions that I just feel really unsatisfied in. Every time I do one of these videos, I get so excited. I love trying new foundations, and like so often I find like amazing foundation. I did buy the Makeup by Mario one, so I think I'll do that next because I've not heard so much good stuff about a foundation in so long. Everyone and their mum is talking about it, and I'm really excited to try that. So I think we'll do that for the next one because I just need, I don't know, some good results. But yes, this does look nice, right? I can still see all of my imperfections in texture pretty hard out. Like, it's still, I think it's just the nature of the strobe kind of effect. If you have really perfect skin, you might love it. You know what I mean? Like, if you just want to glow and you've got really beautiful, smooth, perfect skin with maybe just like a little bit of redness or like, yeah, like I said, dull skin, it's probably going to be amazing on you. But if you've got like texture, little lumps and bumps of congestion, pimples, wrinkles, anything like that, maybe not. When I do the rest of my makeup, I'll come in and just show you how it looks, and then it's so long. Alright guys, my battery is blinking at me. It's about to die, but here is the full face. I went over with that She Glam powder, the under eye one, just like all over where I have texture, and it helps a lot. And I still feel like I have a decent amount of glow. So maybe that's the trick, is to like really use one of those like pore filling powders, those super mattifying powders on top, and then just let the product shine through, because it still does. It's like not as glowy, but it's still like very glowy, you know? And then I was just gonna test this out. Some setting spray. This is an e.l.f. one. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, I mean, that just soaks up some of the powder and gives a little bit more glow once again. So overall, what do I give this out of 10? Maybe like just a 5 straight, smack bang in the middle. I don't hate it and I don't love it. In fact, is it more of a 4? Because I definitely dislike it more than I like it, but mixing it's really nice, but that's beside the point. It should perform. Let me know what you guys give this out of 10. What do you think? Will you be trying it? Will you be passing? What works for me may not work for you, and vice versa as well. Some of you guys might love this. Typically, I really like MAC based products, so you know, you win some, you lose some. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Mwah! Bye bye.